call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yep.
Okay. First on the agenda, we have the oath of office administered by Clerk Treasurer Crystal Carls for newly elected officials or re-elected, in our case. Mayor Mike Steinhardt, Alderperson District 1 Jeremy Frum, Alderperson District 3 John T. Broker, and Alderperson District 5 Bill Krieger. Crystal, if you want to stand in the middle here.
You're gonna do it all at once?
Yep, all at once. Go ahead and stand. We'll put you in.
We don't have the press
Right here?
again tonight?
And then go ahead and.
All right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name,
I, John Broker,
having been elected to the office of Alderperson or Mayor
having been elected to
District
the
5,
office of Alderperson
of the city of Kiel,
of the city of Kiel,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully and impartially
and will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of said office
discharge the duties of said office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, business, roll call.
From here, Korb.
Here.
Broker.
Here.
Shooty.
Here.
Krieger.
Here.
Hocker.
Here.
All present, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, any public comment tonight? No public comment. 6, approve the minutes of the April 11th meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Krieger, second by Actor, to approve the minutes of the April 11th, 2023 city council meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, consideration of Mayor Steinhardt's appointments. I did contact the people who had private appointments, and every one of them decided to re-up for their new term. So,
Tour of duty.
tour of
whichever.
duty for the city of Kiel, so all our committees are the same. I decided just to keep our appointment to the city council committees the same. So those are the appointments for next year for your approval.
If I could just make a comment, Mr. Mayor, so
Yes.
if there is any objection that any of the council has to any of the mayor's appointments, those should be taken out individually so that those would be addressed before we go to the whole body of the nominees.
Okay, so if you have any
If
objections?
objection, let's take an
Okay.
individual one.
Sure.
If there's no objections, of course, we don't have to do that, but if there is an objection to somebody, then we should take that individually, rather than voting on the whole and then they're being denied because there was one individual that was
Okay.
being opposed by a council person. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, any objections to the appointments?
I have none.
If there are no objections, I'll make a motion to approve the mayor's appointments per the exhibit provided.
Second.
Any other discussion? Motion by Broker, second by Krieger to approve the mayor's appointments as discussed, or as shown. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 8, elect the city council president. Looking for nominations.
I nominate John Broker, or Alderman Broker, as council president.
You need a second?
Yes,
Second.
any discussion? Okay, motion by Ford, second by Actor, to nominate, to approve Alderman Broker as the city council president. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And number 9, elect the planning commission member.
I'll make a motion, we nominate Bill Krieger.
Decline.
Oh! Can't do that. You're good on there.
Commission meets, maybe once a month.
Wednesday.
Typically the first Wednesday of
Wednesday
the month, yep, at 6 PM,
So,
unless otherwise needed.
anybody, looking for a appointment?
Kathy? I'll
I
make
would
a
do it
motion-
if we need it.
I'll make a motion to nominate Kathy Schutte as the planning commission member from the council.
Second.
Okay, motion by Broker, second by Cord, to approve Kathy Schutte as the planning commission member from the city council. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And number 10, adjournment of this meeting.
Just a second, I would
Yep.
like to thank Alderman Krieger for his years of service and fine service in that capacity as planning commission member.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll make a
Adjournment.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Broker, second by Schutte to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Now we'll call the, call to order the agenda for the special city council meeting. Roll call.
From, Forbes.
Here.
Broker.
Here.
Shooty.
Here.
Krieger.
Here.
Tucker.
Here.
All present, Mr. Mayor.
Any public comment? No public comment? Number 4, consideration of hiring a new city administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll probably explain a little and you can explain a little. So we did a 2-part process for the city administrator hiring. Basically, we advertised on the Wisconsin City County's Managers Association website, the league website, on our Facebook page, etc. And I am extremely happy to report that we had 8 people apply for the position of city administrator, which is excellent, actually. Other communities cannot say the same. So we had a good pool of candidates. We narrowed it down to what we believe to be 4 qualified candidates. We conducted the interviews yesterday, and the reason that we are on a tight timeline is because we want to maximize the amount of overlap between the person that's hired and myself in order to have as much transition as we can in person, okay? So that's kind of the background. The interview process was 2 parts. It was approximately 2 hours for all candidates. The first part involved an interview with the mayor, myself, and the personnel committee, which is Alderperson Achter and Alderperson Korb. And then the second part was an interview with the department directors, which is the police chief, fire chief, Ian Robecki, who's the DPW foreman, Chris August, the general manager of utilities, and direct reports such as the clerk treasurer and the utility clerk treasurer. So it was a pretty robust process. Yep, and thank you very much, Alice, Alderperson Achter, sorry, the community services manager. So it was a pretty robust process. There was a lot of questions lobbed at the candidates. And what we did is we went through our 4 sets of interviews, circled back at the end of the day, and I guess what I would say is we are proud to report that we came to a consensus on Casey Witterholt to be our next city administrator, and she's here tonight. What stood out, I think, to the interviewers is the fact that she has a deep and robust financial background. If you look at her resume, she's got summa cum laude from UW Whitewater's degree in finance. She also has an MBA from with a concentration in finance from Lakeland University. Not only that, it was evident to everyone that she had progressed rapidly through the ranks of one of our local corporations, in this case Sargento, and has a very good handle after substantial questioning on financial matters, as far as that goes. She also does have some supervisory skills, and I think also what stood out to the committee members, the interviewers, is how she answered questions in a very customer service friendly manner. This is a job where there are no levels between you and the people, the residents of the community. None. Someone can walk in and complain about their sidewalk, and I go to the front counter and I talk to them about their sidewalk. And how she handled the questions during the interview process was excellent, and that really also stood out to us as well. Mr. Mayor, you have any comments, or?
Well, you just-
I took all your points, didn't I? Yeah,
No,
sorry.
I was very, very impressed with Casey, and like Jamie said, her financial ability stood out. Talked a little bit about Sargento and what she did there, and it really stood out as being some awesome work at Sargento.
She is also from Kiel and very heavily invested in Kiel. And that's one of the things too, when you read right off the bat that she wants to she enjoys Kiel, wants to improve the community, help the community, etc. She's heavily invested and lives here. So that's a great point as well.
John, you got any comments?
Sure.
You're on the committee.
Being a member of the Personnel Committee, I thought, we had a lot of good candidates. There was a lot of interest in the position, but we did select the most qualified candidate in Casey. She brings, to what Jamie said, a wealth of knowledge in the financial aspect, but her people skills, her communication style, I think the city will be in good hands with Casey as city administrator.
Alice, you got anything?
No, I'm glad, I'm really happy to see that they're here tonight. I think we did a very good, outstanding day yesterday interviewing.
I slept really well last night. It was a long day.
We teased about camping out here. But congratulations, and I'm glad.
Casey, do you want to say
Say a
anything?
few words.
Speech.
Oh, gosh.
The mic is right over here, so if you could.
Well, thank you guys for having me tonight. I'm very excited to meet all of you in person, even though I do know a couple of you from the process. I brought my family here with me tonight, my husband Eric, my son Elliot. Like Jamie said, we moved out here to Kiel, really for Elliot. We know it's a great community, the schools are great. We want to raise him in a good, small community, and I'm really excited for the opportunity to be a part of it. Again, like Jamie said, I'm coming to you from Sargento Foods. I've spent the last 6 years there with our financial planning and analysis group, so it's very deep, very robust background in financial planning and analysis. I'm excited to bring that to the city of Kiel.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the only last thing I would say is I have a history of people replacing me being much better than I am at my job. So it's a true story, not a joke. 100%. So I really think you'll be in great hands with her. And as I mentioned to her last night when we were kind of going back and forth, and you can't learn this in a month, right? Literally, it takes 2 to 4 years to really get your sea legs and get a job like this down. I said that I would, if I saw her name pop up on my phone, I would answer it and give her the best advice that I can possibly give. I never truly leave a job, so I am more than willing to help out Casey, the city of Kiel, and make sure that you continue on the great path that you're on. So I truly mean that, I really do.
You bring excellent credentials to the table. That being said, to make sure we get off on the right foot, did you have any other contractual requests or anything that was formally brought forth that we haven't seen yet?
No, I didn't.
I do want to just, maybe piggyback off of what John said. I know this is going to get a little awkward here, but so bear with me. I did not see I saw an offer letter. Do we know specifically what we were looking at from a PTO standpoint? I saw a salary in there that was, I understand where it's coming from. Was there negotiations within that salary?
So the offer letter that we sent was for $115,000 a year, and then 3 weeks of vacation. Yep.
And
So
where did we land And how did we land on the 115 for a salary?
Yep, that was the requested salary, both in our application, but also given the background and experience and what we're looking for in a candidate, that's why we landed on that figure. And also, given surrounding communities and where they're at for salaries now are higher than what we're paying. That we will work within that for distribution, i.e., what does that mean? It means that we will probably take a hard look, you collectively will take a hard look at where the money is coming from to pay employees. There might be shifts within that,
Right.
from utility, or from general fund to utilities and things
Sure.
like that. That will absolutely 100% be something that needs to be reviewed. But we are confident that we can pay $115,000 a year for that position.
Okay.
Yep.
I just, like I said, I want to,
No, that's a great question. Appreciate it.
then, under that conversation, I'd make a proposal, or motion, thanks, yeah, first time. Motion to consider the hiring of Casey, approve, holy man. Make a motion to approve the hiring of Casey Wilcott to the city administrator position.
Second.
Roll call.
Definitely.
Okay, any other discussion? Motion by Korb, second by Actor, to approve Casey Witterholt as the Kiel City Administrator. Roll call?
From
Yes.
Korb,
Yes.
Roker,
Yes.
Shooty,
Yes.
Krieger,
Yes.
Actor.
Yes.
6-0, Mr. Mayor. Hey, congratulations. I got 4-2, so there you go. You're already doing better.
Welcome aboard, Elliot.
There you go, bud.
Hope you like riding in parades.
Yes. And fire.
There you go. Oh. We know someone who can help out with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5, consideration of approving Zenith Tech Incorporated in the amount of $667,370 for the 2023 Hingus Park pedestrian bridge structure construction project.
So this is taking the bridge that we bought for $162,000 and installing it.
This is just installation.
This
This is separate from the purchase.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep. So that is the low bid. They're at a Waukesha. REL did their background on Zenith Tech. Sounds like they hadn't worked with them, or at least the engineer that's working with us hasn't worked with them before. And, you know, when you go from 667, 370, all the way up to almost $1 million to install a bridge, that's a pretty big range, right? So that's what we're looking at for the install. At the committee of the whole next month, we're going to discuss the borrowing to cover the cost of the bridge, of the engineering that's already been done, of the engineering that will need to be done, and the installation, and it will be very, very close to $1 million. So that is what we're looking at. You know, that ship has left the dock on the bridge, but it needs to be done for all the reasons we know it needs to be done. It's on a tilt, at least 4 or 5 degrees. It's in dire need of replacement, and that's where we're at. We are continuing. You will see not only on this agenda, but future agendas, continues to be donations coming in for the bridge, but, I mean, in the big scheme of things, we'll need to pay for the bridge.
So, Administrator Olive.
Yes.
What is different about the $1 million versus the $667,370?
So this
What are
pier-
we not getting, I guess,
Okay, so we bought a bridge already,
right?
right? So we bought the structure of the bridge,
Right?
and that was 162
Yep.
and some change.
Something like that.
This is the install,
Right.
667, Plus, we've done engineering to start the process.
I think you misunderstand. In the quotes for the install, you said the highest one was $1 million.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the difference between, and what are we not getting at
Do you
$1
want to
million?
explain quote differences?
I don't think there's a lot of difference
There
in the
isn't.
quote,
Okay.
because they're quoting to the same specs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's private.
engineering
It's
firm
private
put the
labor.
spec out that they
Yeah.
had to bid to.
Okay,
So it's the difference in their labor costs or what they're assuming it's gonna cost them to install. That's the difference.
Do we
Or
have-
sometimes they don't want it, right? They'll quote
So
really
they'll
high
quote
because they don't
really
have
high,
Okay.
yeah.
the labor to do it, but they'll quote to quote.
So my next question is, what is their time frame? I mean, are they gonna be within a reasonable time frame for the city?
I can email you the specs, there are timeframes in there.
Okay,
Yes.
then I'm not worried.
Yep.
Thank you.
And this number is going to be honored for how long?
I will email you all the bid specs. So,
And this includes the installation and construction assembly of the new bridge.
Yep.
And it also includes the
Tear
disassembly,
it down.
dismantling, and
yes,
scrapping.
Yes.
The
yep, all
proper specs. to
Yep.
meet all
correct.
environmental.
And the pilings are included in this as well. They have to
Okay.
also do
They
the
have to do
concrete
extensive
pilings.
base
Yeah.
foundation,
Good.
Correct.
and handicapped accessible ramps, all that, so.
Okay.
And they're gonna take the old bridge.
Yeah. You don't want it, do you, Alice?
I don't know where I put
We'll
it.
put it on your backyard?
Is this a summertime twenty
Yes.
twenty-three
No,
project?
this is this year. The
This is
goal
this
on all of
year.
this is to look at a new bridge by fall.
This fall.
Yeah, this fall.
They have it
This is-
installed and done.
Yeah, that's what.
They wanna
Oh,
start,
I'm sorry.
Right, yeah.
they wanna
But
start in
yes.
May.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jamie, they wanna start in May.
Do we budget, I mean,
We
Freshman-
borrowed.
we borrow.
Yeah, this is a borrowing project.
We didn't budget,
You
we'll
can't-
borrow it,
well,
it'll go on our tax roll.
Yeah.
We bought the bridge.
Yeah, you voted for it.
You may have voted for it. No, we'll say
What's the
that.
return policy?
Isn't there one in Arizona that's for sale?
But let's go back to the use of the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Super important. This is something people get wedding photos on, graduation photos. This is a centerpiece of Kiel.
But it's
One of a couple,
connecting
you know?
that part.
And of course, it does all the other functions that it does, but it really is a symbol of our city.
I think it'll last for another 100 years, a steel bridge. Well, we may have to do some maintenance, but it's gonna last.
Okay, so I will make the motion to approve Zenith Tech Incorporated in the amount of $667,370 for the 2023 Hingis Park pedestrian bridge structure construction project.
I'll second it.
We got a motion and a second, any other discussion? Okay, motion by Shudi, second by Broker to approve Zenith Tech Incorporated in the amount of $667,370 for the 2023 Hingis Park pedestrian bridge construction project. Roll call.
From
Yes.
Corb,
Yes.
Broker,
Yes.
Shooty,
Yes,
Krieger,
Yes.
Doctor.
Yes,
6-0, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, number 6, consideration of closing Fremont Street from 7th Street to First Street for the Memorial Day Parade.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Krieger, second by From to approve closing of Fremont Street from 7th Street to First Street for the Memorial Day Parade. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, donations, Teresa and Joseph Koenig, $700 to the Kiel Ambulance Service. And Premier Financial Credit Union, $500 to the pedestrian bridge.
Motion to accept the gracious donations as read.
Motion by Broker, second by Shudi to accept the donations, the gracious donations as read. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 8, adjournment.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Shooty, second by Broker to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
Are we gonna still meet next week?
Yes, we are. We